The name's Fitty McDeary. I'm the captain of the SOS Mutiny. It's a famous pirate ship, and I sailed around the pirate sea for years because someone lost the map. And then one day, I looked and found it stuffed inside me hat. On those voyages around the pirate sea, we encountered a lot of different ships. And this one particular ship, one particular time we encountered a French ship. Now we knew it was a French ship because it smelled like French fries. Always cooking French fries. But we had a parlay with the captain. We were sitting in the French captain's quarters. We were drinking some root beer and having a good old time, laughing and joking. And the captain of the French ship told us the legend of the Jewel of Denial. And we were captivated. We were mesmerized. Wow, what? I've never heard of this before. The Jewel of Denial. And he said, yeah, it's this, legend has it, that it's this big blue diamond hidden away in a cave on Mysterious Island. And, okay, he started telling us a story of Governor Marcus. Governor Marcus was the leader of the people on Mysterious Island. And he was walking through the surf one day, right there on the beach, you know, and the water coming in and out the ocean, and he was walking along the seashore trying to find some shells. He loved collecting shells. And he looked down right in a bunch of little rocks and stuff, and he saw this big blue diamond. No one knows where it came from, but he picked it up and he looked at it. It's a big blue diamond the size of your hand. And he was mesmerized, and instantly he saw his reflection in the diamond, and he was captivated. The diamond took his soul, and everything else just didn't, nothing else mattered. It was the diamond. It's all he cared about from that moment on. He took it back to his house, and he wouldn't let anybody touch it or even see it. He got so bad that he let the state of affairs go, which means, you know, he was so obsessed with this diamond that he let his people go without food and without water. And they eventually left. They had enough. You know, they were saying that our leader is so concerned about that diamond, more so than us. We're just going to leave. So they packed up their boats and they left the island. They in search of a better island. And they left him alone. And there he was. And eventually his house started falling down around him. And all the other houses were falling down because no one was there to take care of them. It was him and his diamond. And he took the diamond to a cave. He found this small cave where he would hide away. You know, he was crazy at that point. He didn't want anybody touching his diamond. So he hid the diamond. Him and his diamond, they were in that cave all alone. And you're probably wondering, you know, how did he eat? How did he drink? You know, where did he get his water? It's easy. He didn't. He didn't eat. He was so obsessed with the diamond that he let himself starve. And eventually he died. It was very, very sad. And then a few years later, there was a wandering sea maiden. Her name was Marie. And see, a sea maiden is like a mermaid. They can breathe in the water like a mermaid, except they prefer to live on land. They're sea maidens, and they're very beautiful, and they're very magical creatures. They all have special magical spells and abilities and things. Very interesting people. And they're always very good, until this one sea maiden named Marie, she was wandering through the island, Mysterious Island. She came across that cave. And it was dark in the cave, and she came up to the cave and looked in, and she saw this shimmering blue light in the back of the cave, in the corner. And she was mesmerized. She said, wow, I want to go see what that light is all about. So she walked in there, and sure enough, it was the blue diamond giving off that eerie blue light. And she picks up the diamond and turns it around and looks at it and sees her reflection, and instantly the diamond gets her soul too. She was captivated, so mesmerized by the diamond. Her soul was captured. She was obsessed She wouldn't let anybody else come near it. And the captain of the French boat told me, you know, if you go searching this diamond, you must be aware that Marie, the sea maiden, you know, she's now obsessed with that diamond. There's been a lot of sailors go and look for the diamond and they've never come back. No one ever returned. So, you know, I said to myself, you know, maybe we'll set this one out. Maybe it's not such a good idea to go fight a magic user, a magical sea maiden, and try to get this eerie blue diamond. I don't know, maybe not. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, we finished our dinner and you know, we had a lot of more merriment, and the French boat and our boat went our separate ways. And me and me crew, we were cruising around the pirate sea for a while, and suddenly one day, on a clear, blue, bright, sunny day, we suddenly found ourselves sailing around the French Horn off the coast of Mysterious Island. And I said, wow, maybe we should go have ourselves a look and see. And I asked me men, see, you know, my crew, that when you're on board a pirate ship, it's a democracy. That means everybody has a vote. Every pirate on that ship has a vote. And I asked them, I got them all together, and I says, who wants to go to Mysterious Island and find the dark cave, fight the sea maiden, and try to get that horrible, that big blue diamond that captures souls? Who wants to do that? Would you believe? Nobody raised their hand. Except Owen. Owen raised his hand and stepped forward, and he said, Captain, I'll go. I'll go to the island, I'll find that diamond, and I will bring it back to the boat. But I don't want to do it alone. And I said, Owen, that is very, very noble of you. And from that day forward, from that day on, I always referred to him as Owen the Noble. He was a brave, brave pirate, he was. And you're right, Owen, I said. You can't go alone. I'll be going with you, along with your best friend, Tyler the Mighty. So what we did, me and Tyler the Mighty and Owen the Noble, we got in the little dinghy and we rowed ourselves to shore. And we started hacking our way through the jungle once more. And we found the cave. At a distance, we didn't want to get up on the cave because we knew that there was a sea maiden in there ready to defend that blue diamond with her life. And she's killed a lot of people. I don't want to be messing with that, you know. So what we wanted to do was kind of sneak up on her and get the diamond and run away. But it was too late. She already knew we were there. She heard us. So out of the blue, out of the darkness of the cave, came this fireball right at us. It was a huge fireball. We barely dove out of the way just in time for it to explode behind us. It caught all the trees on fire back there. And we were about ready to run away. And Owen stepped forward and said, Captain, I got an idea. You and Tyler, you guys go around that way, to the side of the cave, and distract her. And I'll sneak up on this side. I've got a plan. I've got an idea, and I think it'll work. It's like, all right, we'll do that. So Tyler and I, me and Tyler, Tyler the Mighty, we snuck around here. We tried to draw the sea maiden's attention. She was fighting fire. She was shooting fireballs at us left and right, and exploding all around us. And we were ducking behind trees. We were doing everything we could not to catch ourselves on fire. And Owen the Noble slowly sneaks up behind the sea maiden. And he shouts, "Eat 'em!" And suddenly the sea maiden drops the blue diamond. And she shakes her head. And she looks around and says, whoa, what happened? What am I doing? What's going on? And we came running up to the sea maiden. And we came running up to Owen the Noble. And the sea maiden was just sitting there, stunned, with this ghastly look on her face, like, oh my God, she had woken up from a long, terrible nightmare. And Owen explained to her, you know, your soul, once you saw your reflection in the diamond, your soul was captured by the diamond. And I asked Owen the noble, why did you shout Iram? And he says, Iram, that's Marie backwards. I had to release her soul from the diamond. I shouted a word that was Marie backwards. Iram. And it released her soul from the diamond. And the Sea Maiden was so grateful. She could return to her own people now. She was no longer under the spell of the blue diamond. And she says, I am so grateful to you, the pirates. I'm going to give each one of you a magic wish. One magic wish. You 3 pirates, you got 3 magic wishes. And Owen steps forward and says, my wish is to have that diamond no more. No more blue diamond that captures souls. It is too dangerous. So she snapped her fingers and the blue diamond disappeared. No more blue diamond. And I said my wish would be for world peace. And so she hands me this big jar of world peas. I never really got that. And then Tyler the Mighty steps forward and says, I want a big barrel full of root beer. And poof, we had a big barrel full of root beer. Enough root beer for the entire crew. Because there are 2 things a pirate likes. It's treasure and root beer. So we took the root beer back to the boat and we had a good time. Well, that's all the story I have for today. I hope you had a good time. And remember, may all your adventures last forever. Have a good day.